Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. It's Lassiboo. Lassiboo. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? I got my Blue Yeti hooked up to my camera now, so hopefully I can do some sort of up close sound. Up close videos for you now. I'm really excited. I have this mic working now. I'm still working on my setup, but I hope it fits for now. I was gonna use a green screen for this video, but that did not work out as planned. So you just got the regular background there. And I'll tell you why it didn't work. Because today I'm gonna be doing some book tapping of a book. And some of my book covers were bright green, so they did not show up in the video. I'm glad I tested that first before I spent an hour recording something. All right. And if you read the title of this video, you know that the book tapping today is Warrior Cats. Warrior Cats. Kitty. I also have my glasses on because I felt like it fit the theme today. I haven't worn these in a long time. They kind of fall off my face too much and I can't see as well, but I thought it fit the vibe. So I have about 80 Warrior Cats books and I still don't own all of them. And unfortunately, a lot of them I have as ebooks, so I can't exactly tap on an ebook. So one day I want to get those books as like hardcovers or paperbacks, but most of them I have as physical books. Let's see. This is just me flexing my Warrior Cats collection, honestly. Alright, so let's see if you can see. This is the first series. I'm not going to take these out of the little container because it's kind of ripping. It's holded together by tape and I don't really want to take these out. I've had these books since I was 12 or 13, so they're kind of old. So I don't want to mess with them too much. But they'll make good tingles. Into the Wild. One of my favorite books. We have Fire and Ice. Then Forest of Secrets. We have Rising Storm. nose is itchy. And we have a dangerous path. 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 And then finally, the darkest hour. The darkest hour. The darkest hour. Are any of you guys Warrior Cats fans? I definitely see like a merging of like furry fandom and Warrior Cats fandom. I think a lot of us come from those same kind of communities, or like Wings of Fire and like those kind of books for sure. Because I was definitely a hardcore Warrior Cats fan before I was a furry, but it definitely helped segue me right into the fandom. Now we got the new prophecy. We have midnight, 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 midnight. And we have moonlight, 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 moonlight. We have dawn, 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 dawn. We have starlight, 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 starlight. We have twilight, 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 twilight. And then we got the last book, sunrise. Oh no, sunset. Sunset, 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 sunset. The New Prophecy wasn't my favorite series, but I didn't mind it. And we got the power of three, the power of three, the power of three, the power of three. It seems like this is definitely a popular arc. Power of three. Everyone loves J Feather. I'd be lying if I said I didn't like J Feather, so. Okay. We have the sight. The sight, 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 the sight. Book 2 is Dark River. Dark River. Dark River, 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 river. Dark River. Dark River. Dark River. We have Outcast. 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 And then we have Long Shadows. 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 And we have Eclipse. 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 And then sunrise. Sunrise, 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 sunrise. I actually don't remember how this series ends. It's been such a long time since I read The Power of Three. And then the final of the 4 main arcs is Omen of the Stars. Omen of the Stars. Omen of the Stars. I remember when everyone was talking about Omen of the Stars before I got into reading it, but I was watching stuff about it online. And people were going nuts about it. Omen of the Stars, Omen of the Stars, Omen of the Stars. First book is The Fourth Apprentice. The Fourth Apprentice, The Fourth Apprentice, The Fourth Apprentice. Fourth Apprentice, The Fourth Apprentice, The Fourth Apprentice. How do y'all feel about Duffling and Ivy Pool? I feel like those are like teams that are like really divided. Do you like Duffling or Ivy Pool better? I've always liked Ivy Pool more. I don't know. I liked her story a bit more than Duffling's story. I'm not big on like love stories, you know, and like action books. They're alright, but as far as love stories go, I didn't really care about Duffling's romance arc all that much. My second book is Fading Echoes. Echo, 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 echo. Fading echoes, fading echoes, fading echoes, fading echoes. Echo, echo, echoes, fading echoes. Fading echoes, fading echoes, fading echoes. Then we have Night Whispers, Night Whispers, Night Whispers, Night Whispers, Night Whispers, Night Whispers, Night Whispers. And then there's Sign of the Moon, 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 Sign of the Moon. The Forgotten Warrior, The Forgotten Warrior, The Forgotten Warrior, Forgotten Warrior, Forgotten Warrior, Forgotten Warrior. And of course, the book I remember the most from Omen of the Stars, The Last Hope. The Last Hope, The Last Hope, The Last Hope, The Last Hope. The next series, the prequel series, one of my favorite arcs for sure in the Warrior Cats world is Dawn of the Clans. Dawn of the Clans, Dawn of the Clans, Dawn of the Clans, Dawn of the Clans. Aside from The Prophecy Begins, the first series, Dawn of the Clans is probably one of my favorite arcs for sure. It just kind of feels like more classic, kind of like the first series. Because this came out, I remember when these came out. I didn't read these for a long time because they were a prequel series, and I wasn't as interested. Because I think right at that time, I think, what was it? What came out around that time? Vision of Shadows, maybe, was out? Or something, so I was reading that. I don't remember. This was a long time ago. But I love Dawn of the Clans for sure. And first we have The Sun Trail. Sun Trail, Sun Trail, Sun Trail. We have Rising Thunder, Rising Thunder, Rising Thunder, Rising Thunder, Rising Thunder, Rising Thunder. The first battle, the first battle, the first battle, the first battle. The first battle. forest divided, a forest divided. I'm very opinionated about Dawn of the Clans for sure. I stay on some characters and there's other characters that I'm like, oh god, I hate them. My favorite character from Dawn of the Clans was Greyswing, for sure. I liked him a lot. I also liked Windrunner. She was really cool. I liked Thunder and Lightning Tail. There's a lot of good characters. I love River Ripple. I don't know if his Super Edition coming out is going to be any good because they've not been doing great Super Editions lately. If you've read Leopard Star's on it. So I hope it's good because I love Dawn of the Clans, but I don't have really high expectations for Super Editions right now. But I guess we'll see how that goes. I don't know when that's coming out. And the last book, Path of Stars, Path of Stars, Path of Stars, Path of Stars, Path of Stars. One thing too, I love like the OG book covers. Are these an OG? I don't remember if these are OG. I think these are newer ones. Oh, I used to have the hardcover ones of Dawn of the Clans way back in the day before I got the paperbacks. I wish I still had it, but I loved like the old kind of style. I don't mind the new style, like it's pretty, but I definitely like the older ones a bit more. There's been so many like Warrior Cats arcs like in my like adult teenage life. It's hard to keep track of which ones came out first because they kind of start to blur together after a while. After like the fourth arc, like. Alright. First we have The Apprentice's Quest. The Apprentice's Quest. The Apprentice's Quest. The Apprentice's Quest. All the rest of these books will be hardback. Thunder and Shadow, 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 Thunder and Shadow. Whoosh, 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 Thunder and Shadow, Thunder and Shadow. Then we have Shattered Sky, Shattered Sky, Shattered Sky, Shattered Sky, Shattered Sky, Shattered Sky, Shattered Sky. Okay, I love Darktail as a villain. He's definitely one of my favorites to come out of Warrior Cats in a while. Cause I got pretty done with like Tiger Star and like Broken Star and Hawk Frost, but I really liked Darktail. Honestly, I don't know how much he's in like One Star's Super Edition. He has one, right? I don't remember. I haven't read it yet. But I would love like one more about villains. Like I'd love like a Darktail novella or Super Edition. I think he definitely is. I'd love like to see like his story from his point of view. But that's just me. And then we got Darkest Night, Darkest Night, Darkest Night, Darkest Night, Darkest Night, Darkest Night, Darkest Night. So many books. And we have River of Fire, 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 And then finally, the raging storm. The raging storm, the raging storm, the raging storm. The raging storm, the raging storm, the raging storm. I'm sorry, y'all, but I couldn't stand Needletail. I like her a lot as like a character, but she annoyed like the hell out of me. I always felt so bad for like Violet Paw all the time. I felt bad for Violet Paw and like Twig Paw like constantly. I felt so bad for them. They're always going through something. And then we have the broken code. Broken code, broken code, broken code, the broken code, the broken code. The broken code, the broken code, the broken code. I liked the broken code. It was really dramatic and dark, and I actually quite liked it. I won't spoil, like, the big villain of this story, since it's still fairly new, like in the past year, this series came out. But I think I like what they did, definitely, with this character. I was hoping we would see them. We also got a lot of nice characters. We got Shadow's Sight, which I like quite a lot. I really like Shadow. He's a good boy. I felt so bad for him. Lost stars. Lost stars, lost stars, lost stars, lost stars, lost stars. The silent thaw, the silent thaw, the silent thaw, the silent thaw. I didn't mind Root Paw all that much. I liked him in bits, but I know there's like a huge divide. People who love, Twig Paw and, whatever her name is. I'm so bad. I forget her name. Shoot. It'll come back to me. I'll remember her name. Give me time. The silent thaw. But no, Root Paw and his love interest. I'm so bad at names. I didn't like them together, but that's just me. Veil of Shadows. Veil of Shadows. Veil of Shadows. Bristlefrost, that's what her name was, Bristlefrost. That's such a cool name, I can't believe I forgot. Yeah, I was not a Bristlefrost and Root Paw shipper all that much. I didn't care for their relationship. I liked them more as friends. Sorry if you stand their relationship. I'm not for it. The darkness within. Darkness within. Darkness within. The place of no stars. 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 I'm sorry, but like the Dark Forest has such a cool like alternative name. Like the place of no stars is pretty cool. And then we only just call Star Clan Star Clan. Like, why can't they be like the place of stars or like something different than just Star Clan? Because like we don't call it like Dark Forest Clan. It's just Dark Forest. Like they don't even have a name. But we have Star Clan. And then the Dark Forest or the place of no stars. They sound so much cooler, honestly. But then Who's gonna give, like, the evil cats a cool name, you know? You're not gonna call them Dark Clan. Wishful thinking, you know? This was a pretty good book. I enjoyed the ending of the story, for sure. I'm sure people had mixed feelings on certain things that happened, but I didn't mind how most of it went down. Got to see some familiar faces in the end. And finally, a light in the mist. A light in the mist, a light in the mist, a light in the mist. A light in the mist, a light in the mist, a light in the mist. The light in the mist, a light in the mist. And that was the 6th main arc of Warrior Cats, Warrior Cats, Warrior Cats. Are you guys avid readers? Do you like to read? You don't have to be into Warrior Cats, but like, what do you guys like to read? Alright. I am back with more books now. There's so many books, honestly, it's kind of insane. So, they aren't going to be in any, like, chronological order, because they're all, like, super editions and, you know, the guidebooks and the mangas and the comics and all that stuff. So, we're going to do a speed round, because there's literally a mountain of books right here. Alright. So, novellas. Do you all remember when they used to make novellas this size? They were so small, and you could barely read. Like the print, it was so painfully small. Have you guys seen that? It used to hurt my eyes to read this as a kid. So I started buying them as ebooks. And so I have most of the old novellas on ebook, so. But I want to get them in, like, the paperbacks, because they make them bigger now. But first we have Maple Shade's Vengeance. Maple Shade, Maple Shade, Maple Shade. Maple Shade, Maple Shade, Maple Shade. Maple Shade seems like one of those characters people either, like, love or don't like at all. I like her. I think she's interesting. Her story's pretty sad, but I don't think her story, like, excuses her behavior. Obviously. But then we have, oh my gosh, I love this book so much. I'm so glad it was a way bigger novella. But Ravenpaw's Farewell. This book made me cry. I don't think any Warrior Cats book, or like any book, has made me cry before, but Ravenpaw's Farewell, like, fucked me up. If you're a fan of, like, the original series, and then you kind of stopped, like, after, like, Omen of the Stars, and you want to, like, kind of, like, get that, like, OG feeling, I'd recommend Ravenpaw's Farewell, because I love Ravenpaw. Who doesn't like Ravenpaw, honestly? It's such a good book. Especially if you're, like, Ravenpaw, like, Barley shippers. This is the book for you. For sure. Alright, then we have Goose Feathers Curse. Goose Feathers Curse, Goose Feathers Curse, Goose Feathers Curse. Try saying that 3 times. It's not that easy. Goose Feathers Curse, Goose Feathers Curse, Goose Feathers Curse. Another tragic story. We have A Warrior's Choice, A Warrior's Choice. I think we have Blackfoot's Reckoning. Blackfoot's Reckoning. Blackfoot's Reckoning. I don't like Blackfoot, honestly. It felt like kind of like a redemption book for Blackfoot, and I don't really think it did any justice, honestly. And we have Daisy's Kin. Daisy's Kin, Daisy's Kin, Daisy's Kin, Daisy's Kin, Daisy's Kin. And then we have Spot First Rebellion, Spot First Rebellion, Spot First Rebellion, Spot First Rebellion. And we have a warrior spirit. Pebble Shines Kits. Pebble Shines Kits. Pebble Shines Kits. Pebble Shines Kits. Another really sad story. Pebble Shines Kits. Trees Roots. Trees Roots. Trees Roots. Trees Roots. Trees Roots. Trees Roots. Another sad story. And Mothwing Secret. Mothwing Secret. Mothwing Secret. Mothwing Secret. I used to not like Mothwing, like back in the day, but honestly, I think she's one of my favorites now. Our opinions change. And now we got Path of a Warrior, Path of a Warrior, Path of a Warrior, Path of a Warrior. We have Red Tail's Dead, Red Tail's Dead, Red Tail's Dead, Red Tail's Dead. That book didn't really meet my expectations. I kind of had other ideas, and then it turned out a little different, and it was okay. We have 20 Pelt's Clan. I love 20 Pelt, honestly. I like her a lot. I don't know. She kind of reminds me of like Squirrel Flight a little bit. Like, kind of like take no shit. Would be like a really great leader if there wasn't people keeping them from being leaders. Honestly, I think 20 Pelt should have been deputy. I like her a lot. And then we have Shadow Star's Life. Shadow Star. Shadow Star's Life. Shadow Star's Life. Shadow Star. Shadow Star. Shadow Star. Shadow Star. Shadow Star. You know, I think I'm missing one novella book, but I have no idea where it is. I don't even know where I'd look for it, honestly. I don't remember the books that are in it. Alright, I'm gonna probably have to take a break, and I'll come back later. That was already like 40 books. And I need to get ready because I gotta go in like an hour or so. But I'll be back for part 2 in like, well, for me it'll be a couple hours. For you it'll be, 10 seconds. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. And I'll find that missing book. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll find the missing book. I'll get it. Alright, peace, 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 peace. Hello, hello. Welcome back. We're back. It is now 1 a.m. My usual recording time, obviously. And I'm back to finish the books. I wasn't going to go to bed until I finished this, so. And I found the missing book. Alright. So this book is Legend of the Clans. Legend of the Clans. Legends of the Clans. We have Pine Star's Choice. 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 And we have Thunderstar's Echo. Thunderstar's Echo. Thunderstar's Echo. Thunderstar's Echo. And infamous novella story that I don't even want to talk about, but we have Spotted Leaf's Heart. Spotted Leaf's Heart, Spotted Leaf's Heart, Spotted Leaf's Heart. Spotted Leaf's Heart. Spotted Leaf, Spotted Leaf, Spotted Leaf. A novella that did not need to be written. If you know about Spotted Leaf's Heart, then well, you know what I'm talking about. If you have no idea what Spotted Leaf's Heart is, don't bother looking it up. Don't read it. It's totally not what we expected it to be. I remember when this book was announced that we were going to get like a backstory on Spotted Leaf. I was pretty excited. Don't read it. Also, shameless plug. If you want to read my Ayoo fanfiction of Spotted Leaf's Heart the way I thought it was going to be written, there's a link in the description. There's only one chapter, but if you are interested in that, you can read it. It's not done. Okay. That's over now. Now we have Enter the Clans, Enter the Clans. I don't know if I have all of the guidebooks, but I have at least 3, I think. I used to love the guidebooks as a kid because I wasn't allowed to read like the main series of Warrior Cats because my parents didn't like it, but they'd let me read like the guidebooks with all the pictures because I told them I was just looking at cat pictures, like, oh, like I want to draw them, and then like I would be reading it. They probably knew, but that was what I did. We have Battle of the Clans. Battle of the Clans, Battle of the Clans, Battle of the Clans. Battle of the Clans, Battle of the Clans, Battle of the Clans. And one of my favorites, this big boy, this big hunker bunker. The ultimate guide. 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 I think they're coming out with a new one. My glasses. I can't wear my glasses, yo. They're so hard to wear. But they're super cute. I want to get the new one coming out. I guess like the updated one. But this one has a lot of cool pictures. There's no picture there. Yeah. Who is that? Can't see. Is that J Feather? That's Flametail. I know, this book's really pretty. I can't wait for the new one. We got Blue Star's Prophecy. Blue Star's Prophecy. Blue Star's Prophecy. Blue Star's Prophecy. Blue Star. I do like this book. I'm not the biggest Blue Star fan, but this book's pretty tragic. I like tragic, sad stories. We got Crooked Star's Promise. Crooked Star's Promise. Crooked Star's Promise. Crooked Star's Promise. Another sad book. That one was alright. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad. We have, these books are so dusty. We have Sky Clan's Destiny, Sky Clan's Destiny, Sky Clan's Destiny, Sky Clan's Destiny. Now this This is the only super edition I have as a paperback. I couldn't find it as a hardcover for some reason. Oh, I think it's because I wanted like the OG cover, but now it doesn't go with my super edition hardbacks. And this one is Bramblestar Storm, Bramblestar Storm, Bramblestar Storm, Bramblestar Storm. Say what you will about Bramblestar, he's changed a lot, but I remember really liking this book, and I remember really liking Jessie. Firestar's Quest. Firestar's Quest. Firestar's Quest. Alright. And this one we have Crowfeather's Trial. Crowfeather's Trial. Crowfeather's Trial. Crowfeather's Trial. Crowfeather's Trial. It should be called Crowfeather's Child because it gets a lot of time with Breeze Pal. I like that they patched up their relationship. I'm not a big Crowfeather fan, but I like that they explored more on him in this book. Here we go. Now we have Mothflight's Vision. Another kind of book that had like a tragic character death in this, like a character I really liked. But I don't care for Mothwing or Mothflight all that much. Because of her, medicine cats can't have children. It all started with her. Here we go. Now we have Yellowfang's Secret. All super editions are basically tragic stories, basically. I remember really liking Yellowfang. She kind of went downhill once she was like a Star Clan cat. But I didn't mind her while she was alive. But I don't know. I liked the book, but I didn't care for spotted the Yellowfang in this book. She also had like a superpower that never got mentioned again. Like she could feel other cats' pain, but that was never in the series. So I don't know if they just forgot about it or if they decided not to do that. But that was interesting. Really good book, Tallstar's Revenge. The birth book of Tallstar X-Jade. I really like this book. I like stories about people on revenge missions. How do you not love Jake? I love Jake a lot. I know a lot of people like Tallstar and Jake as a couple. And I think even the writer said that they like Jake and Tallstar as a couple. I remember I was in a group chat once and we were talking about warrior cat ships and we're like, oh yeah, well, I love Tallstar and Jake, and there's this one person who got so mad. They were like, oh, Tallstar and Jake so overrated, they don't even make sense together. They were so mad. They're like, oh, the warrior cats fandom is like a hive mind, they all think the same. It's like, sorry that I enjoy a good character shipping. If it's good, people are gonna like it, you know. I wasn't happy about it. Okay, we're almost through all of the super editions. We have Greystrike's Vow, Greystrike's Vow, Greystrike's Vow, Greystrike's Vow, Greystrike's Vow. Say what you will about this book. I really liked, what was it, Warrior Clan and Monkey Star. I hope they come back to the story. Yeah, one of my favorites. Hawkwing's Journey. Hawkwing's Journey, Hawkwing's Journey. Hawkwing's Journey, Hawkwing's Journey. Hawkwing's Journey, Hawkwing's Journey. This is probably like one of the most like traumatic like warrior cat stories I could think of. Like there is no good like ending in this book. It starts out with a tragedy and it ends with like despair. Like it's such a sad book. Like poor Sky Clan. Sky Clan is my favorite clan. I love their history and I love the characters. And Hawkwing was definitely my favorite when this book came out. Oh my god. Tiger Star Shadow. 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 Ooh, another book I really like with a really pretty cover is Squirrel Fights Hope. Squirrel Fights Hope. Squirrel Fights Hope. Squirrel, 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 squirrels fly, fly, fly. Hope. Squirrel Fights Hope. Another really sad book because, you know, the whole Bubble Star and Squirrel Flight thing, there's a lot of relationship issues between them, and it's kind of hard to read because you're always feeling bad for Squirrel Flight and you're constantly pissed at Bramble Star, which has just kind of become like the norm for them in new books, is their relationship falling apart. And this book is especially sad. We also got to see the sisters in this book too. I think this is was this the first book where they came from? I think the sisters first appeared in this book. I really like the sisters, they're pretty cool. I would honestly love like a super edition or like a comic, like a novella about the sisters and like their history. And what happened to them was pretty messed up too. And finally, the book I haven't finished yet because it's not, I can't get through it. Leopard Star's Honor. 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 I heard there was a lot of errors in this book, like an absurd amount of errors, like incorrect names and dates and times and characters, and I heard it was really bad. And I heard the story itself just like was not good. I still want to read it, but it's really hard to get through because I don't care about Leopard Star. I was never a big fan of Leopard Star. She's one of those characters that I think, like, maybe should have gone to the Dark Forest. I don't know. I don't really understand how she stayed leader of River Clan after siding with Tiger Claw and letting him murder people. I kind of feel like they would have just exiled her and Misty would have become leader right away. I kind of would have preferred that because I did not care for Leopard Star. But I don't know what the book's about. I know it's like about her past. But I don't know if it's kind of like what they did with Foot's story. If it's kind of like, oh, this character did really bad things, but here's their tragic history, so like they're redeemable, even though like they never really redeem themselves in the story all that much. I'm not big on like I think it's perfectly okay to have, you know, good characters do bad things and then have them stay that way, like acknowledge that they did bad things instead of like trying to go back in their history and, oh look, they went through this terrible thing, this is why they did this. And it's like, yeah, but it doesn't excuse what they did. They should have, faced consequences for their actions and not use everything as an excuse. I don't know, that's not what happened in that particular manner, but I feel like that's what they did with Blackfoot's story, and was like, it did not help his reputation. But that's just an old Warrior Cats veteran's opinion. Alright guys, we are on the last stack of books. These are going to be all the mangas. This is a new one. I actually really like this book. I really like Night Pelt a lot. Called Exile from Shadow Clan. 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 I definitely believe Night Pelt should have been made later instead of Blackfoot. And it's not just because I don't like Blackfoot. They did Night Pelt so dirty, honestly, in the story. They made him like a great leader, and then they killed him off right away. So that was nice. But no, I enjoyed this a lot. And I like that we got to see more like of the characters in Shadow Clan while Broken Star was messing things up. You can see how like messed up Broken Star was. A shadow in River Clan. 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 I actually don't really remember what this book's about, but I do remember liking it. I love that they added color to these books. Because they used to be like in black and white, I think. I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard this was getting like a revamp, like a recolor. And I would love that. The Rise of Scourge. Probably one of the most well-known villains, honestly. The Rise of Scourge, the Rise of Scourge, the Rise of Scourge, the Rise of Scourge. We have another new book. Winds of Change, Winds of Change, Winds of Change, Winds of Change. Okay. Here we have Gray Stripes Adventure. This is the book they ended up recoloring. I remember it used to be like a 3-parter. I think this is where we get to meet Millie. Yeah. Tiger Star and Sasha. We're gonna do some fast tapping. We got Ravenpaw's Past. I think this is also the recolor too. Because this was also a 3-parter. I remember really liking this book. We got to see Blood Clan again. It was cool. We have the 3 books that's just Ravenpaw's adventures. Put all of them together. I used to love the mangas when I was younger. They were fun to read. And I always tried to like draw on that art style. And then we have the Soul Stories. Sky Clan and the Stranger. Soul's another character I really like. And I kind of hope he comes back, because I don't think he ever died. I kind of thought he would have showed up with Darktail. If we get a Darktail novella, I would love it if he and Soul had some kind of interaction. Like, Soul's the one who, like, helped Darktail find the clans. He's like, oh, I know where they are. Alright, that is all of the novellas, my dudes. The only ones we have left to show is the brand new arc, a Starless Clan. A Starless Clan, a Starless Clan, a Starless Clan. A Starless Clan, a Starless Clan, a Starless Clan. I'm enjoying many things about this book, and then I'm not enjoying other things about this book. I like the story and where it's going, but I don't like the romantic relationship they have in this book right now. I'm not going to say who it is because it's new, but you'll notice it like right away. The second book. Oh, I forgot. This one's called River. River, 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 river. River, 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 river. River. This one. Sky, 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 sky. Sky, sky, sky. Sky, 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 sky. And the latest book. Shadow. Shadow, 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 shadow. I'm really enjoying this story so far. I can't wait for the next book. That was about like 80 plus books. I'm gonna have to recount after this, but I'm pretty sure it's at least over 70. That's a lot of books, and I don't even have all of them, like, as a physical collection. I would love to own more of them when I find the time and money to do that. But, thank you so much for watching. This video was a little chaotic because there's so many distractions and me dropping books, and then I had to leave earlier, so now I'm filming at night. But I had a lot of fun. Let me know how this microphone sounds, you guys. If you like the ear-to-ear sound. I really like book tapping. It's fun doing that. I hope you guys relax or at the very least entertained. Alright. My camera's literally about to die, so I'm gonna say goodnight to you all right now. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you so much for watching. Have good sleepies. Have good sleep, have good sleep, have good sleep. And if some of you are Warrior Cats fans out there, let me know. I'd love to know if there are Warrior Cats fans out there mixed in with the furries.